Today on Sip Bite Go, I'm going to share with you exactly how to make a juicy sous vide lamb burger with tzatziki sauce. I can't wait to show you this recipe. Fancy burgers are one of my favorite things to try out at restaurants, and these days I'm making them a lot more at home. And this is a Greek style burger, and it's actually a sous vide burger, a sous vide lamb burger with tzatziki sauce, feta cheese, sauteed red onions, and it's basically made from scratch. It comes out super tender, juicy. Oh, it's just delicious using the sous vide process to make. I'm going to show you how to do it. The recipe is up at sipbitego.com. So join me in the kitchen and let's make it today. The sous vide lamb burger temperature in this video is for 137 degrees, so this is a good time to preheat it when you season the sous vide lamb burger meat with salt and pepper. It's really a simple seasoning, but you could add other flavors. You could add a Greek spice mix that would taste really delicious in this. So you add the ground lamb, salt, and pepper to a large bowl. You gently mix together the ingredients with your fingers until they are loosely incorporated, and then it's time to make the sous vide lamb burger patty. So form a ground lamb burger patty by shaping, it's about a 1/4 pound lamb into discs. And to help the burger retain the shape and not get squished by the vacuum sealer, you can actually add the lamb burger patty to the freezer for like 15 minutes just to harden up. So if you freeze them for longer, you could do that too. So that's a little sous vide meal prep tip. You could freeze them for longer, then vacuum seal and sous vide the burgers at a later date. You would just want to add on 60 minutes to that cook time. So you add sous vide lamb burger patties to a Ziploc bag, or you vacuum seal the lamb burgers in a flat layer, and then it's time to sous vide cook them. So for this sous vide recipe, you're going to do 1 hour if cooking from fresh, or if they've been frozen for longer than just a 15-minute, harden up period, then you need to add on 60 minutes to the sous vide cook time. And during the cook time, you can make the burger toppings, including the tzatziki sauce and those delicious red sauteed onions. And so you prepare the sauteed red onions by adding some olive oil to a small pan on the stove on medium heat. And then you slice onions and saute them, stirring occasionally for 5 to 10 minutes until they're just slightly sauteed. They're not completely caramelized here. That would be a little bit lower and slower. You could also check out a recipe I have for red wine caramelized onions at sipbitego.com. When done cooking, remove sous vide lamb burgers from the vacuum seal bag and pat them dry with a paper towel. This is a really important step because you want them to get a nice sear on the edge, so you want to remove that moisture with the paper towel. So you can finish the sous vide lamb burgers with some heat using either grilling them, or I'm going to show you here how to sear sous vide lamb burgers to finish them. So what you do is you heat a cast iron pan to medium-high on the stove and add some olive oil. Sear the lamb burger patty a few times until brown on both sides, and definitely don't forget those edges. You want a nice sear all around, but you don't have to worry about cooking the burger through because you already cooked it completely through the sous vide process. So this little sear at the end is just to get that delicious brown crust. And once you either grill or seared the sous vide lamb burgers, you can also do the buns. So we like to toast the buns in a little pan on the stove with some butter. And then you can assemble all the toppings. Okay, I'm going to show you a little over-the-top assembly here. But what my husband did, he kind of took over this recipe halfway through it. We had been recipe testing for a while, and then he's like, I'm just gonna do what I'm doing. So to finish these Greek style sous vide lamb burgers, Patrick's fancy way was to top the burgers with caramelized red onion and feta crumbles and broil that on high for 2 minutes until the feta is cooked. Now it's not completely melty because it's not a super melty cheese, but it gets kind of browned up. And then toast the brioche buns with some butter and a skillet on medium heat. You could grill them as well. And then he smeared the tzatziki sauce on top and bottom of the burger bun. Next, he added the lettuce, the sous vide lamb burger, and any additional toppings he could add on. He really piled these pretty high, and I'm just going to give you a quick overview now of how to make the tzatziki sauce for lamb burgers cooked sous vide style, or any lamb burgers really, or any burgers really. These would be great on turkey burgers as well. So what you do is the sauce, You heat a small pan on the stove to medium heat, and you add olive oil and garlic and saute for a couple minutes, stirring occasionally until the garlic becomes translucent. Pull it from the heat, and then you let it cool for a few minutes. So you do that to set it up, and then in a large bowl, you add Greek yogurt and diced cucumber. You stir it all to combine, and then you add lemon juice, garlic, olive oil that you just made, some fresh dill, salt, and pepper. Mix it all together. And then you can add some more salt and pepper if you want. And then you just chill it in the refrigerator until you're ready to put the burger together. Well, this is a super delicious recipe. I hope you're really inspired to get cooking in your own kitchen. Sous vide lamb is a treat. We don't get it all the time. So when we do, this is a really perfect recipe to pull all the flavors together. And we love having an excuse to make tzatziki sauce. Dripping in barbecue, this sous vide pulled pork recipe for 24 hours is perfect for making sous vide pork tacos, pulled pork sandwiches, and lettuce wraps. Use a simple barbecue rub and try the reverse sear technique to get a tasty bark on that sous vide pulled pork. I can't wait for you to try this recipe. For more delicious sous vide recipes and easy recipes you can make at home so it feels like you're eating at a restaurant, check out sipbitego.com and the Sip Bite Go YouTube channel. I have so many tasty things coming your way. Hey home chefs, don't forget to grab a copy of my free sous vide beginner's recipe ebook. If you think sous vide steak is delicious, wait till you try sous vide lobster, wings, corn, and more. It's like a mini preview of my popular print book, The Home Chef Sous Vide Cookbook, which is available on Amazon and has over 100 sous vide cooking recipes. I can't wait for you to check out some of my favorite dishes in this book. To get your free copy, go to freesousvidebook.com. Again, that's freesousvidebook.com. Well, until next time, I hope you can find another recipe to check out at Sip Bite Go's YouTube channel. And I hope that you have a wonderful and delicious day. Cheers!